Hey guys, how are you today? Day number 18 today of this 30 days life transformation process. So, how are you? Have you been doing your exercises? Have you been studying, analyzing yourself? Have you been knowing what and how you think about everything that surrounds you and even yourself? Well, today I'm at a beautiful hotel here in Brazil, having an awesome time. But I wanted to sit down and make this short video, but very important. We were talking about self esteem yesterday, so I want to continue with this self esteem because it's important. Some people measure self esteem with mistakes they make. You don't measure your self esteem with the amount of mistakes you make. Because if you make a mistake and you don't pay a lot of attention to it, or you don't make a big buzz out of it, you just correct it and continue, people will not even notice that you made a mistake. So instead of measuring yourself with the amount of mistakes you make, because some people go like, oh, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I'm awful, I'm a bad person, I'm an awful lawyer or dentist or whatever it is that you do, you're a clerk or I don't know, shoe repair, whatever it is. If you measure yourself by the mistakes you make, you will always have a low self-esteem because the circumstance of making a mistake will tell you that you are not good enough. The circumstance of making a mistake, wherever area you are, will tell you that you're not at the level that you should be, right? So you will never measure, you should never measure yourself with the amount of mistakes you make, because when you make a mistake, you correct it, and people will not even realize that there was a mistake. You don't pay a lot of attention to it only to make you better, or make things better. That's the only thing that we need to, basically, what we need to pay attention to when we make mistakes is what happened in order to correct for future circumstances. But at the moment that we make a mistake, we correct and we continue. You measure yourself according to how you feel in different circumstances and when you're surrounded by different people. If you go to a wedding, how do you feel? Because the way you feel about yourself, you're communicating that to everybody else, everybody that is with you, throughout your body language. Our words communicate around 7% of what we want to communicate. So it's not 100% important. You're missing 93%. 93% comes out of how you feel about yourself. If you are shy, you're gonna go like this. If you are afraid, you're gonna go looking around. You're going to transmit that to everybody that is surrounding you. So you need to know how you feel about yourself in different circumstances with different people. How you feel about yourself at work, how you feel about yourself at home, how you feel about yourself when you are practicing your favorite sport or reading a book, or anything that you do. It is important because we create rules in our head. We create a rule that, if it says, for example, if I'm a person that is very shy in social meetings or social reunions, I go to the meeting, and for me, my rule is meeting or social reunion, very shy. That's a rule that I have in my head. If I change the rule in my head, then I change my belief. It's easier to say that I change a rule instead of saying I change a belief, because when you're saying you have to change your beliefs, a lot of people are saying that you change your belief and everything will be okay. Change your belief. But just change the rule. If I'm at a social event, I'm going to be social. Period. That's my new rule. So starting from today, whenever I go to either church, a birthday, a wedding, um, any social event, a social event at work, going for happy hour with my workmates, that's a social event. So social event, I'm social. That's a new rule that you create, right? When you have, for example, a rule regarding your kids. When I talk to my teenager kid, daughter, or son, whatever, it doesn't matter, I feel that I need to be strong. I feel that I have to let them know that I'm the one that controls everything. If you don't like that, if you want to get a good connection, but you're not getting connection. So if you want to make a connection, you say, okay, new rule. When I'm with my daughter or my son, my teenager kid, the new rule is that I'm understanding father or mother, I'm understanding parent or uncle or whatever it is, I'm understanding, I can put myself in his or her shoes, and I can give good advice, and I create good communication. That's my new rule. That's my new rule. So my new rule is going to take me to a road that is going to make good communication with my teenage kid or either son or daughter or nephew or whatever it is. So change your rule. There was a rule that only birds could fly. The Wright brothers changed the rule and said, no, we're going to create something called what we call today an airplane. So they didn't stick to that rule that only birds could fly. They say, okay, no, that's not a rule that we want to stick with. We have our own rule now. We can create something that can fly and actually transport people. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here in Brazil. And you wouldn't be able to travel by plane anywhere. So these are rules that we need to make sure that we understand which rules we have. People call them paradigms. People call them like programming yourself. Change the rule is easier. It's simple. Just change the rule. What is my rule today? My rule is if I go here, this is my rule. If I do this, this is my rule. If I'm with these people, and this is my rule. Make sure you understand which rules you are following. Once you understand that, you'll be able to change them if you want. If you want to change the rule, change the rule. And then again, you do it over and over again, over and over again. You remember, you do it consciously. So your subconscious is going to start learning what and how you have to behave in certain circumstances or in certain with certain people, and then your self-esteem will change, and therefore your relationship or whatever you do and wherever you are will change as well. All right, so make sure you start understanding which rules you are following in order to create your self-esteem. Because if my self-esteem is that I'm shy at social events, you will be shy. If your self-esteem says, I have a rule that I'm a very social person at social events, then you are a very social person at social events. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It's all you, what you want to do, how you want to be, how you want to live your life. People like to be shy, people like to be social, people like to be crazy, people like to be calm. It doesn't matter. All answers are perfect. They are all right. The only thing that matters is how you feel about your rules and your own answers. All right? So I want to leave it here. Don't want to make it that long. So make sure you understand which rule you are following, and then if you want to change, just change the rule. You change the rule, you change your self-esteem. You change your self-esteem, you change your life. It's simple. Just let's keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate things because they're very, very simple. All right? So stay cool, stay awesome, be blessed, and make sure that you understand which rules you are following in order to decide if you want to change them or not. All right? God bless you, stay cool, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.